What kind of pie?
Um, Pie.
All kinds.
Pecan?
Pie is bad. People don't like pie. What is this?
That's interesting.
Pie is better than stuffing.
It's the crust.
That's upsetting.
The crust is
Very-
like so like weird. Like the texture of the crust is like terrible.
What about like pies with graham cracker crust? So
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Yeah.
homemade crusts, not those store-bought crusts.
Exactly.
yeah.
Because the crust is my favorite part if it's homemade.
You mean like the pastry kind of crust or like the graham cracker crust?
Either one. Well, actually, probably the pastry kind if it's homemade. Then you make extra and you roll it out thin and you put butter on it and cinnamon sugar and bake that in a little strip.
Ooh,
That's good.
that doesn't.
I think it's a Boston cream pie or
Mhm.
something like that. I don't know. I can't remember the exact name, but it's
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's like Perkins pies.
Mhm.
But the Boston cream pie, that's like it's almost more like a cake with the cream pudding and then like a chocolate top, right? Like a vanilla cream pudding in the middle.
No, I think it's like chocolate. It's like thick chocolate in the middle, and then they have like, it's not meringue, but it's that like whipped cream on top almost.
Mhm.
Well, that's French silk.
Oh, then I don't know what I was thinking of.
No, you were thinking of French silk.
Oh no, yeah, then I don't know what Boston cream pie is.
Yeah, you can get donuts that are done Boston cream pie. They're rich.
Interesting.
Hmm.
What about candied yams? If we're going back to some potatoes.
Candied yams.
Ooh.
Mm.
Sometimes, like if you do the yams where you whip it and then you put in like maple syrup and then you have like a pecan crust, that's pretty good.
Ooh.
And then I like homemade dinner rolls. I make homemade dinner rolls and then with the extra dough, make cinnamon rolls for.
Yes, dinner rolls are good.
The homemade ones are better.
Yeah,
I can get along with that.
we're talking about pie. What about like apple pie or cherry pie?
Cherry pie is superior.
Strawberry rhubarb, I think, is the
Strawberry
best.
rhubarb is, yeah, that's the best.
I agree with that.
Yeah, not really pumpkin pie, even though everybody's into the pumpkin pie spice. I don't know.
Pumpkin pie is just kind of basic. Like
So I have a recipe where I do like it's called company pumpkin pie, and there's like a layer of cream cheese that's almost like that's kind of like cheesecake, and then the layer of pumpkin on top of that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
What about turkey versus ham? How do we feel
oh
about
ham.
Turkey.
If the turkey is dry at all, ham. But if not, turkey.
Yeah. I like ham better, but it feels wrong. Like ham is like a Christmas thing.
You're both. Looks like Caleb really likes ham.
I was gonna say.
Ham all year.
Dylan,
Turkey's
man, what's your
good
beef with?
until you have to clean off the carcass.
Yeah.
That's like the most fun part from experience.
Okay.
Not
I
actually.
go under.
Alrighty. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next thing, unless anybody has any final Thanksgiving food thoughts.
Burritos.
Burritos. Alrighty. So from our talk last week, we are going to implement kind of two things that will hopefully make communication just a little bit easier and keeping track of like homework and stuff like that a little bit easier. So I'm gonna post both of these links in the note in the chat. And for the remind, you can either click the link or you can just text that number, and it works either way. Too many tabs open. There you go. Here's the Trello invite. If you guys aren't already on there, I know a lot of you are, but there were some names that were missing from the list when we were looking last night. And then for remind, put that link up as well.
Can we join Remind on our computers as well?
Yeah, you can do it either by text or you can do it through the app or through the website.
Sweet.
So I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to join that. And then once you have, give a thumbs up. We got Elsa. Dylan, you're giving the thumbs up, but I'm not seeing your name on the list. What's the truth?
On the list for what? The
For the
Trello?
remind.
The Trello?
For remind.
For remind. Oh.
So far we got Elsa and Robert. You got Tegan.
Hey, Dylan, what do you mean that remind doesn't exist for you? Does the link not work?
Well, it sends me to the regular Trello thing, but there's nothing that says remind here.
Oh.
No, that's the other link that was in there.
Yeah.
Or if you see on the screen, oops,
The
hold on.
other link?
Yeah, there were two links in the chat. There was one for Trello and then there was one for Remind. Otherwise, if you look at the PowerPoint, you can text at Big Red Sat to the 81010 number. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? No, doesn't look like it. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next thing. So for the rest of the hour, I suppose, or 45 minutes or so that we're going to be here, we're going to work on our resumes. That's the first thing, finishing up the resumes and the Python modules. So for resumes, I know I have Elsa's and Robert's. So let's see. It's loading.
So what should we be seeing in Trello? My computer just keeps thinking on Trello.
It's pretty much just kind of like a to-do list type system. There's different boards on there and you can post like tasks that need to be done. That's where we'll post homework and like lesson or meeting kind of plans and stuff like that, like what each meeting will be covering and just other tasks for the club.
Okay. So I'm just wondering why it's hung up for me.
I don't know. I checked it earlier and it looked like it was good. I think as long as you use the link, you shouldn't need permission or anything.
Yeah, I used the link. I'll try again.
It looks like you're already a member.
Yeah, I am for Aerospace Club, but it won't do anything here for me.
Okay, so for the resumes, you have Andrew Wings, Elsa's, Gavin's, and Robert's. So for Robert and Elsa, do you guys have all of your Python stuff done? Yes, no? For Dylan, you emailed it to us, and then I think you said that you wanted to do some editing, so I didn't mark it off on the list, unless that was not right.
I finished it off.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll mark you off.
And
Do you have yours?
I thought I sent it in, but I'll resend it to you.
Okay, that'd be awesome. Do you have your Python stuff done? Dylan?
Yes.
Yes? Thanks. Okay. So for the people who have the resumes done, do you guys want to go in a breakout room and work on Python for a little while with one of the AXP people, and then everybody else can work on finishing up their resumes? And then we'll send people who get done as they go.
We also need to work on the finalizing the PDR as well.
Okay, so I'm not 100% sure how to assign breakout rooms.
I have them opened. Oh, I have them assigned right now. I can open them up when we're ready.
That would be great.
Cool.
So breakout room 2 is for Python. Okay. MJ left already. John and Michael,
Mhm.
Would you guys like to do like helping with Python stuff or resume stuff?
I think I'd be a lot better at resume stuff. I'm not very knowledgeable about Python.
All right.
I can do either, honestly. So I guess whichever one needs another person I can go into.
All right. I'm gonna throw you in with the Python people for now then.
Just a question: how long do you think we're gonna spend in these breakout rooms versus, like the rest of it, or is it just like as people get done? Is what you're thinking?
I think just as people get done, I'm not
Right.
sure.
Sounds good.
It might transition from just one breakout room to the next. Yeah.
Do that in chat in a minute. Give me just 1 second.
I got it.
Awesome.
Nice.
So do you guys all have the Python modules done?
I need to do a little bit more on them. I'm very slow at doing them because I'm like after each one I'm typing in the stuff and then I get distracted by typing in stuff and
I can certainly understand that.
I've been getting very confused with it. Like, I'm getting through it. It's just like very like slow, and I feel like I'm almost guessing some of the time because it has like. I know the VAR one was really annoying.
Real fast, Joel. I'm going to leave because I'm on my phone, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to rejoin on my computer. Okay.
That sounds good.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, do you guys have the links to do all that right now? All right. Sounds good. Has anyone started on like the challenge that we gave you guys? All right.
I've not started on it. Me and Andy were talking about it after school.
Yeah. It's definitely not easy, I will say, but it's definitely doable.
Also, are you drinking a Red Bull at 11 a.m.?
I don't think your audio
I
is
can't
working,
hear you.
Elsa.
I cannot hear you.
I was gonna say something about it too, but
Ella, we see you talking. Elsa, we see you talking, but we cannot hear your words.
Yeah, now can you?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. I'm doing something weird. I have wired headphones in one ear and an AirPod in the other. But I did not sleep at all last night. I fell asleep at 5 a.m, and I don't know why I just couldn't fall asleep. And now I'm really tired, and so I'm drinking this because it was the only thing I could find around the house.
I think Joel and I were on a Zoom call until 2 or 3 in the morning last night. And I want to say that we were being productive, but I was playing Destiny and he was playing some other game. So,
Oh, I do that sometimes.
so in the meantime, I have a monster. So
we have a bunch of those, but I'm not allowed to drink them because my mom and my stepdad drink them all, and they don't want me to take all their monsters.
Oh,
but they don't like these, so
they're
I
cool with Red Bull, but not cool with Monster. But that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, they like those. They only like the orange flavor, and they don't let me drink them unless they don't want them because they want them for themselves.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, for Solo Learn, I'll be logged in just a moment. But so I was moving from rooms in my family's house. So you guys may have asked this already. Where is everyone at with Solo Learn right now?
Check. I'm in control structures on list operations.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm just about to start that one.
So we're talking about which like piece we're on.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm on exceptions and files.
Ooh. That's
You're a lot further than I am.
Yeah, it's
Well, I mean, I haven't started that. I just finished functions and modules.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going back through it all because a lot of it doesn't make much sense to me.
That's fair.
So
Whenever I was doing this, I just sat down and I did it for like 1 or 2 hours, and I got through basic concepts, string and variables, and I'm somewhere in control functions right now. So are you guys stuck anywhere so far? So you said that you're going back through to just kind of refresh yourself. Is there any big concepts that you're getting hung up on?
a lot of things, like more than I can count. That's why I'm going back through it, is because
That's good.
a lot of it I don't understand. So I'm like,
Okay. Is there anything that Joel and I could help you understand right now?
I think I'm gonna go through it all again.
Okay.
Hopefully that's
Okay.
gonna help. After that, if I still don't understand it, yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Beautiful. Sounds like a good plan. Does anyone else have any outstanding issues they want to bring up now, or do you just all want to just work together in the same breakout room?
Probably just work, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Can I just say that one night I worked on it for an hour, and only like I started control structures one night and only got through lists on there after an hour. So
Is this your first time coding Python, or is this your first time coding, Robert?
extra coding, yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. It can definitely have a learning curve with your first time, but the good thing about coding is once you get it down with one language, you pretty much have it down in general. It's just a matter of learning, you know, here's how you make a for statement in a Python. Okay, you can do that in C++. You just need to figure out the C++ version of the same thing. So sounds like you guys are making good progress though. So that's good to hear. It's definitely good to hear.
Yeah, my mom always says programmers use Google more than they use their own minds. But yeah, she makes websites for her job. She works at iSoft,
Oh, cool.
and she's the executive producer at Turbine Flats, which is like they rent out flats to small companies here in Lincoln.
Awesome.
It's nice. And then my stepdad he doesn't work for any specific company, but he designs games on his own. Like he's experimented with VR and stuff like that. And so I've done like some HTML, but I know Python is super annoying. HTML is
cool.
better.
That's awesome. I used HTML when I was in high school for just a HTML class. Didn't understand literally anything I did, and that's where I am with HTML 6 years ago. So good to hear though. I think you guys are making good progress with your both personal learning and with solo learn. Desk is so messy. Okay.
Yes, Caleb, that would be what Florida Vision is in most cases. I'm not going to say all cases because I'm not sure, but I believe in most cases.
Oh, hey.
Hi, my bad. I just had to send a few messages really quick. So you've done the first 4, but you're going back through just to kind of learn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And you
So
want me to try the challenge?
yeah, kind of. So kind of the thought was you at least learn or get exposed to things in that, and then maybe most of the learning would actually happen while you're like practicing using it. Maybe.
Okay, so I'm supposed to like find out what D is equal to.
Yes. So do you have the challenge open?
Yes.
All right. So you need to make your own REPL.it account.
Okay.
Yeah. So there might be like a login or sign up button.
Yeah, I'll just sign in with Google.
It's good for security purposes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'd be considered brand new since I only have like a very small amount of right?
Yeah. Is REPL.it asking for?
Yeah, it's asking for all this different stuff, so
Yeah. I know. That stuff doesn't matter too much. It'll, because I don't know, REPL.it tries to do like weird things. It tries to make like a social media out of a coding platform. But
let me go to where it was at. It's being very annoying.
You know, I understand that. Ripple.it is like okay. It's not good. It's okay. And it's a little annoying to navigate through pages.
I will say I'm not the best at the code. 'Cause I don't
Oh.
understand a lot of what I'm doing at the moment,
That's okay.
which is why I'm going
sorry.
back through it.
Yeah. Well, and actually, when you're doing the challenge, do you actually want to like share your screen and I can kind of, you know, if you have
Sure.
any questions or I can further explain things. It took me years, several years to understand like how lists actually work. 'Cause lists are actually very
Do I
complicated.
just share my Safari?
Yeah, that would work well.
Okay. Can you see it okay? I can't tell whether or not people can see it or not.
I cannot see it.
I've never actually done this before.
Sharing your screen.
Yeah, I've never shared my screen before.
If you just do share and select your screen and I would, yeah, okay, there, I can see it.
Okay, so you can see the challenge up.
Yep.
Okay, so
before you make too many changes, why don't you actually just copy and paste everything within here? So copy that, and then in the upper left, there's a thing that says new REPL.
New REPL. Up here.
Other side.
Other side.
That would also work actually. That's the exact same thing. And you can do it in Python. And I don't know, call it something cool.
Challenge.
Seems good.
I never know what to name anything. I just have something with thingy at the end.
I don't know. I've done the same. It's the same too.
Okay. Look at this amazing code I made.
Exactly. So now if you run this by clicking the run button.
Where would that be?
Top middle.
Oh, there.
So it'll do that. And then.
Okay, what is going on here?
So like you see at the top, there's a library that already exists to do that, to calculate this function. And then location by student is 0 miles. So it's wrong right now, but of course we haven't really added much.
So I'm guessing I'm probably have to change the stuff here.
Exactly, yes. And then that result distance at the bottom is what you're going to want to store and eventually print out, which it prints it out. So you just have to make result distance equal to the Haversine formula.
This is very confusing. I mean, I'm through the fourth part. I understand that these are like variables and which ones are supposed to be like. But honestly, a lot of what I was doing was just like guessing.
Yeah.
Because and then I would like check using the like questions because a lot of times I would get it wrong, which is why I was going back through it. But
I mean, that's how you learn. It's not. It doesn't make a sense a lot of the times.
Yeah, the one thing that I really don't understand is where it was like saying math. I don't understand what math does.
So, you know, there are these functions, and like someone has coded these like tens or like decades ago, and now they're stored within math. So that's like a package or a module or a library. People call them different things, but basically stored on a server somewhere is this piece of code that will let you do, all these things. And that's how we access those,
Okay,
functions people made before.
that makes a little bit of sense. So, what are we trying to find right now? The like distance to the Haversine location.
Yes. So I know I explained it a little bit, but I only explained it once. But basically, like, we have latitudes and longitudes,
Mm-hmm.
and because the Earth is a sphere, or sphere-ish, at least, we can the Haversine function takes those latitudes and longitudes, and then spits out the distance based off of the radius of the Earth. Now, like, you don't need to know how the Haversine function works because it's like complex, like three-dimensional math. I don't know how the Haversine function works.
Honestly, the Haversine thing sounds much easier than the coding part. Is the thing. Like, all you would do is you would just have it two parts of a sphere, 2 points on it from the middle, and then you would have find how far apart those are with like the thing, and then you have that go out, and it would I don't know. Either one seems easy, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing we need the like it'd be like I don't know what to do here. I really don't know.
Yeah, so I just posted a few things in file sharing for the CubeSat.
This is why I really want to go back through it, is because I don't understand any of this at the moment. I'm trying to go back through because I feel like I went too quickly through it all, and now I don't
Yeah.
understand a lot of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is why I really want to just
Yeah. Yeah, we want to, push you a little bit, challenge you and make you feel a little uncomfortable when coding.
Yeah, I know. I just think I don't understand
Yeah.
any of this at the moment,
Okay.
which is why I want to go back through it.
For sure. Well, if you'd like to do that, you're welcome to. I think you're okay.
yeah.
I think you're probably able to do this with, me helping to walk you through it.
Honestly, when I say that I don't understand a lot of what I'm doing, I really mean
Yeah.
a lot of it doesn't make sense. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with the variables. Sometimes I'll think that I need to put it a print somewhere where I'm not supposed to. I still don't understand what def does, but
Def?
yes, DEF.
Yeah. Yep. That's more advanced.
Yeah, I don't understand. I went way too quickly, which is why I really want to go back through and make sure that I actually understand what I was doing instead of just yeah.
Certainly. Yeah.
Honestly,
Definitely
all
early
I know
stuff.
about def is you just put it in the front somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. We won't be using def at all for this. That's when you have to define your own function.
Yes.
Because def it's short for define.
And then there were these function pieces.
You
had
Yep.
import, return.
Yeah. For the most part, for this, you won't have to use any of that. This is more 1 and 2 units 1 and 2 with maybe a little bit of 3.
1 was really easy. 2
Yes.
was okay.
Hmm.
I like the one where it was just like, the slash, the multiply thing.
Yeah, the arithmetic operators.
That was pretty simple. I like that. But
And yeah, this is mostly what that is those operators with
But
some
not really.
variables.
so what format am I supposed to be using? Am I supposed to be like doing maybe like lat 1 comma long 1 and then maybe like something like that. Probably be a plus, right?
Yeah, so are you looking at the equation right now?
No, I do not know where the equation is.
So that's in file sharing. That's kind of
Oh,
what I
that's-
posted.
That's that.
Yeah, or
that
yeah, at the very bottom of Slack there. Yes.
Yeah, I see that equation. Yeah. Okay.
There's a better equation.
So
within
that's my
Slack. If
the
you scroll all the way down.
yeah, that one.
Yes.
Okay. So the 2r arcsin and then sin to the power of 2 p2 p1 over 2 plus cos p1 times would that be is that a times cos
Yes.
p2? Okay.
Is cosine,
times-
sine, and arcsine.
times sin to the power of 2 times
Yeah,
whatever
so
that weird thing is.
for like the sine squared of that, sine is actually a function that we'll be able to call. So like when we'll do math.sine, and what's like next to that we'll put within those parentheses.
Okay, let's see.
So let's just focus on doing this first, sine squared, and that p is actually, we call it phi. It's a Greek letter. So it's phi 2.
Phi 2, phi 1.
Yep. And
So I'm guessing that'd be the lat 1, lat 2.
exactly, yes.
So that's lat 1, lat 2. So, but do we have to put anything in for what sin would be?
Yeah, so that'll be math.sine is how we'll reference that. That's one of those functions.
That's sine, and then we get, how do I
And
do
this-
to the power of 2? That'd be pop 2.
It'll be lat 2, and it's actually a minus lat 1.
Okay.
And then that's all divided by 2, isn't it?
Let's see. Yes, it is. So I actually need to go back here.
And
Did I
use
do it
more
better?
parentheses when possible.
What?
More parentheses is better than less to make sure that it's doing the right thing.
So it'd be something like that, right?
It'll only be a single division sign. We don't need to
right.
do floor division.
Because a double division sign would be like square root.
That would be floor division. Does that make sense?
Which would be square root, right?
No. Not exactly. So floor division is when it'll divide, but it will truncate instead of like leaving you with points after the decimal.
Yeah. It will simplify it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
actually, if you want to go back to your Replit, there's still a few other things. So math.sign star star 2, normally that would be good, but we're actually going to have to move the star star 2 to the very end of the
So-
math of after the parentheses.
Okay. Star 2. Okay.
Yeah, and so that it's weird, but that's how it goes. And we'll actually want to put parentheses around math.sign to the end of the parenthesis.
Like right here.
Yep.
Okay.
And well, actually, we're gonna want to put it in front of this to the second power.
So right here.
Before the star star.
Right here.
Yes.
Okay.
And I know this is like weird. This would have been really weird if I tried to do something this complicated, especially when I was just getting started. So if we like start on the inside moving out, like there's a lat2 minus lat1, we're dividing that by 2, which is exactly what's defined in the, the function.
So now would I do the plus math dot cos?
Yes.
And P1 was so for this P1, would it be the other one, the longitude? Or are we still latitude?
Yeah, so P1 is still the latitude.
This one was 1 instead of yes.
Mhm.
P1, and then you got
Well, yeah, you'll want to define this multiplication there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. And then we keep going with where did you go up? Sin to the power of 2, so times sin to the power of 2. Sin to the power of 2. And then we are doing. So what's the upside down y looking thing going to be?
So we call that lambda. It's another Greek letter. That
Okay.
stands for the longitude. So long 2 minus long 1.
That's the longitude.
Yes.
Times 2. I don't know which thing.
And that'll be a minus sign there again. It just didn't.
Minus. Oh right. The. Long.
And actually, so like you're doing a great job so far. We're gonna all come back together now. And just kind of finish things up for the meeting. And if you wanted just to work on this with me some, I'm free if you wanted to.
Okay.
Because there are some there's gonna be some weird things, some weird problems you're gonna run into as you continue with this.
Okay.
But it's
Sure.
partially designed that way as a challenge.
So should I stop share?
Yeah, that works. And we're gonna bring everyone back in. if I'm not mistaken, Andrew, today is your birthday, isn't it?
No, that was yesterday.
That was
I got
yesterday.
the date wrong because everyone was telling me it was the 19th when it was really the 20th. So it kind of just led me to believe that it was the 19th. I mean, I could have sworn all of the calendars said it was the 19th.
Maybe you're looking at 2021 or something.
No.
That's how it goes. Well, happy late birthday then.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Should we sing or would that be unkind?
I don't know. I don't usually like people singing.
All right, we want that.
Thank you.
The one time we tried singing happy birthday to someone on a Zoom call before, it was really, really painful.
Yeah.
Nobody liked it.
Rip. Rip.
Well, I guess, do you want to kind of give updates of what happened in kind of the breakout rooms?
Sure. I can go first. Both Tegan and Andrew finished their resumes. They both looked really decent. So, thumbs up to that.
It's awesome. And what about in the other breakout room? I don't know.
You mean ours, Joel?
Yes.
Well, I was there with Elsa, Robert, and Caleb after you and Dylan left. And we just kind of hung out and worked on solo learn. I was there to answer questions, but kind of worked together in solo learn, and that's really all we did.
Awesome. And it looks like Elsa got half a Python module done. It's good to hear. I know people have been making their way through those, and they definitely get harder as they go through. So take your time and try and learn the best you can. And Caleb got 2 modules done. Very impressive. Dylan, what about in our breakout room? Do you want to give an update on that?
We're working on the challenge thingy, and I got a little bit of it done. I don't know how much of it I got, but
yeah,
we're working
awesome.
on it.
What 2 locations did you choose?
The 10.818020, the one the Lincoln's location, Florida team's location.
Oh, just the standard ones.
Yeah.
Where's the creativity? For mine, I did the Denny's Wedding Chapel in Las Vegas and my current location because I feel like that's a distance that I need to know at all times.
Just in case. Just in case.
Yes.
Very important information.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to experiment with that after we get the
I'm
thing
sorry,
working
but
some.
Denny's Wedding Chapel? What?
Yep.
Why?
Why not?
Exactly.
I mean, oh,
You don't know what Denny's is, Dylan? That's a shame.
Is it like pancakes and stuff, right?
It's not just pancakes. It's
Oh,
a
the
restaurant
restaurant.
experience.
You're right. It's pancakes but trashy. Yeah.
I heard Denny's Wedding Chapel.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
It's the
that is what
Denny's
she
Wedding
said.
Chapel.
So you do weddings at Denny's?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Like, is it a full chapel?
Mm-hmm.
Impressive. Wow.
Good stuff. Okay. So I think the last order of business for today is for all of the research sub teams. If you can put your research in the PDR, and then we're going to edit it up by hopefully 11:59 tonight. The AXB people will, and send it out to our reviewers, and then we will hopefully get feedback from them sometime around Wednesday. So keep on the lookout for a message either in Slack, if we don't give it enough people, on the Remind channel, otherwise in Remind, for a meeting. Probably hope to discuss either any questions that they have, and we can kind of look into that information sometime Thursday, Friday. And then on Saturday, we'll have all of the mentors that you've seen previously and maybe some new people, depending on who we hear from. And they're basically gonna do what we did in the PDR, but for more specific things now that we've done our research. So they'll be able to ask us questions, and having gotten the questions ahead of time and doing the research that we do on Thursday, Friday, we'll be able to answer their questions. And then we can put all of our feasibility and merit stuff into our proposal. And that's kind of the last step other than just writing it. Does anybody have any questions regarding that? Or anything that I missed?
Just as soon as we can get that information in the PDR, the better.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a deadline on it and say 5 p.m. tonight.
I would say sooner than that. I mean, we need to be. 5 p.m. would be like a late load on this thing. Like we need to have probably earlier than that, right?
Yeah, as soon as we can, preferably. I know Dylan and we planned on staying on here just a little bit to work through the challenge a little more. I don't know how much longer, but if people wanted to do that, could just hang out on the Zoom call thing.
I'm also going to be on here for a little bit longer as well, if anybody needs help. So as far as the sub teams go, we have all the research. Some of the slides. If we have new research, I guess you can kind of decide whether or not to like make a new slide in the PDR or just update the information. But definitely we need to put all the information we did research on into the PDR because there's a lot of new things there.
Yeah. We don't necessarily need to make it like super pretty because these aren't like it's not a presentation to give, but just to have all the information in there, like John said.
Yeah, that's one thing too. Yeah. And since it is not a presentation, I know we've said in the past that like bullet points are best because when you're actually giving a presentation, you can like explain it verbally. But for this kind of thing, obviously we still don't want like giant blocks of text. But if there's concepts that need to be explained in more than just a few bullet points, I think a sentence or two is fine because the reviewers are going to be reading it.
Right. Any other final notes by anyone? Comments, concerns? All right. Well, I think that's probably a wrap for today's meeting. I'm going to stop recording.